Good evening and welcome to the last week of the Bumper Celebrations Crafty Cuppa. And today we're going to be doing a kind of 3-stick card with a band across the middle. So you can make something like this. The colours that I've given you work with the Man papers and Happy Forest papers, just to let you know. You'd have to get a different colour scheme to work with your Wash and Beauty, but I decided to alternate each week with which ones coordinate with which. So I'm going to start by making my card base. So scoring at 10.5 and cutting at 14.8. And then I'll just put it up to here to hold it nice and straight. Not that straight's my name. So you have your card blank already done. Now for my little band, I'm going to do, the little band, card strip band is 10 centimetres by 2 centimetres. So I'm going to cut this at 10 centimetres just so I don't have that strange bit there. 10 centimetres by 2 centimetres. I just quite like that chunky bit of cardstock. So that's our little band, which I've already cut for you. And then you'll have some white card, and the little white card needs to be 10 centimetres by 14.4, that's your outer bit. At 10 centimetres. And your inner bit is 9.5 by 13.9. So I'm going to cut the 9.5 first. Nope. Oh, here's me trying to film with like no sound, and my cat starts meowing. It's quite loud, and I might just have to shut the door. I think he thinks it. So you'll end up with a smaller inner bit of card, which you'll be quite used to, and a bigger bit of card to put up against. And then for this part, you need to cut a 9 centimetre by 11.5 centimetre part. So here, I'm just going to do that here. I'm going to end up chopping a bear, aren't I? I'm going to end up chopping a bear. I'm try and do it so he's not too chopped up, so I'll put him at the top. This is when it gets heartbreaking, isn't it? Right. If I put the 9 centimetre bit first, then it won't be so bad, right? There we go. And then we've got 11.5 centimetres, so it's up to you how you want to position this. I'm going to just chop this so we can still get the whole little fox and bird and owl at the bottom. Something sentimental like that. And then make it 11.5 centimetres the other way. Now the way I've done this is that you can chop it anywhere, up and down, to make it work. I think I'm going to chop it right here, just so you can get the bear's legs in. So yeah, like I said, you can chop it anywhere, as long as now you're going to chop them into 3 centimetres. So there'll be like 3 centimetre vertical strips. No, well, I've only managed to chop off the bear's paw. I'm just double checking that it looked like it had bounced over a millimetre. It had, hadn't it? When I flopped it down. Oh, managed to save his paw. And a little fox might sort of be a bit disjointed from his tail, but it'll be okay. Oh dear, I've got a bit of a cough now. Right. So what I can say with this is a bit of forward planning. Get your smallest white bit out. And I just try and make sure they're all aligning, because I know what I'm like. Ooh. I feel, yeah, it's not that way, it's that way, isn't it? Sometimes I line up the strips. It's nice to line up the strips right, but it's not the end of the world. Oh dear. Oh, now's not the time to get a coffee fit. I better have my cup and I've finished my cuppa off after all that. Yeah. That's moved along to there. And then get my glue. That's which one I feel more confident in. So go for the edge ones first. I tend to get the middle strip right, but not the, it has to be one strip slightly out. I don't tend to point out all my errors to everyone, but you know, between you and me, sometimes I make mistakes. So this is a bit easy, because you can just get all straight up to the top corners. So you see, Bear's got his little paw. He's a little bit separated from his little paw, but he'll be fine. Corners first. Yeah, so hopefully you can see how easy it would be to make a lot of cards using this layout. Glue it onto the bigger bit of card. Let's put a bit more towards the edges here. Then you've got the band to go here, so you can see it doesn't really matter when you cut it, it's just more about spacing and measurements. that's going to go on here. A little bit of wayward glue, nothing that my little glue laser can't go. And then I'm going to use this, I want to say, I can't remember what label this is. It's a label punch from the catalogue, I'll say that. And it's really useful and very lovely. So you'll get a one punched out and one early espresso punch, just like so. And there's a little trick to the mat. Stamping. I'm trying to figure out which way is better from here. I like that way better, but it is a bit harder to line up. Yeah, it is. Try again. And I know how pedantic I am with stamping, so we'll see how we go. Oop. Wonder if you can even see it against that background. How did I do? Oh, it's a bit slanted. B side, B side. Let's go to the B side. Or is it slanted slightly upwards? Oh, yeah. Let's see. Oh, I've got a spare here. This might have to be a stand-up one. I think I'll put the label on slightly wonky on this. There we go. Yep, that'll do. Now what I'm going to do here is cut it in half with the strip like so, and then glue. Now look, I still can't decide which one's a better one. You're going to tell me there's hardly any difference between them. I think that one's a better one here. Apply a little bit of glue here. Maybe my eyes are getting a bit tired at the end of the day, but it seems to look fine. I'll leave it to dry a little bit. See which one I'm onto. Right, it's had a little bit of drying time. You see it's quite messy at the back, but it looks a lot better from the front, doesn't it? I think I'll get him. I think it looks a bit wrong there because the bear being quite a focal point. I'm going to put it over there a little bit. That's it, done. And there's the two Happy Forest versions, and here's the camping version. You can see it stands out a bit more with the when there's a bit of a contrast and you can see the edges. However, still looks great, I think. Alright, so thank you for joining me for the last week of Bumper Celebrations Crafty Cuppa. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you next week for the Happiness Abounds Crafty Cuppa. Okay, bye!